and I would like to introduce you to the people who were responsible for making it. First of all, the star, Sofie Grabol. Not a pseudonym. And Channel Controller Zy Bennett from Sky. Well, thank you all for coming. Absolutely wonderful show. Really, really magnetic. Sophie, tell us why were you so keen to come back to the show? I mean, first series has been a huge hit. What made you want to return to it?
Oh, lots of reasons. It wasn't finished, was it?
No.
No, that was the plan, actually. I didn't... and also, I really love the fact that it picks up. I mean, actually, I know the first season was really interesting.
You say it picks up?
It picks up from where the last series ended.
Did I already say something embarrassing? It's terrible. See, I lost you answer that. No, I like the fact, because the first one was really interesting, but actually, if you ask me, the point where this story starts is really interesting, I think, because I mean, the first one, I don't know, now I'm interpreting you, was about surviving, in my mind at least, something. I mean, they used it was about life and death and you struggle. And at least in my personal life, the real crisis I've met, I recognize that life and death, you use all your, resources, but actually the moment after is the really interesting one. Who am I now? What happened? Why am I alive? And actually I think that this atmosphere now of having survived, but at the same time being completely lost and having to define, sorry, that was too long. I just think it's a really interesting story.
Do you feel in a way then the community is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder? I mean, it's carrying a lot of scars, isn't it?
Oh yes, definitely, isn't it?
Yeah. It was a big question, big thing we had to discuss a lot when we realised we were going to do a second season. Was what is the after you've taken a story that finishes with a big catastrophic climax that we did in season 1, where they work out it was the parasite that was causing all the killing, and then they take steps to get rid of it. If you come back to that place, what's the right point to rejoin them? That was really important. How much time has passed between? Because you don't want to start the second series, when the fires are still smouldering and everybody's just picking up exactly where they left off. But you want to find the point where you're dealing with everybody at their rawest and most broken and all starting to try and build things back together again. And we ended up with this idea. There's about 9 weeks between the first season and the second season. So it's 9 weeks worth of Dan being gone and the place being sheriffless, Eric being out in the wilderness, coming and going, hunting for this missing man all the time. And everybody is still reeling, but the thing has receded just far enough for you to start to pick up new story.
Right. And Zy, why were you so eager to bring this back? What does it do for your channel, and why has it struck such a chord internationally? I mean, 173 territories it's been sold to now.
People love snow.
Do they love other people suffering in snow? Is that what they Charlotte
That was slightly different. For us, anyway, for us it was a transformative show for our original programming. We like to think of Sky Atlantic as sort of the best quality drama channel in the world. We've got everything HBO make, everything Showtime make. This slotted in effortlessly amongst those shows. And for me, I think it's because You know, it was a horror, very characterful, brilliant horror story that was presented as a detective show, and it was incredibly audacious and surprising for doing that. And then throughout every level of it, behind the camera, in front of the camera, it just had quality, quality, quality. And you see that from the amount of people we haven't even seen on screen from season 2 yet who are in that trailer. Every aspect of it was brilliant. And I think with season 2, Hetty has taken on Sam's original vision and directorial style and made it, you know, and gone even further with it. Simon have taken the story even further. It's even denser and more surprising. So it's just a characterful, stunning original piece.
Great. I would say that the music is an integral part of it. It's almost like another character. Could you tell me how you and Ben met up, Simon? That's quite a nice story about when you were writing the first series.
Well, I do quite a lot of writing in a caravan up in the west coast of Scotland on the shores of Loch Sween, which is my wife's parents' caravan. And I was heading off up there to work on my own, just with the cat, because I took the cat. And Carol had bought me this CD and said, you'll like this, you should listen to this music. And it was this character I'd never heard, nobody'd ever heard of, Ben Frost. There's this album called By the Throat. And I ended up writing some of the stuff in season 1, sitting in this caravan at night on my own with a cat behind me, my headphones on, listening to this stuff, and it was so frightening I had to turn it off. and then
is that a compliment? Yeah, I suppose it is, isn't it?
It's a fabulous album. I played it to Patrick, and we were looking for a composer at the time. Sam as well listened to it, and we kind of just hunted him down and got in touch with him. And Ben had never done this sort of. I don't think he'd ever considered this thing before. And we had a conference call. Let's send the script and a call and started talking about musical ideas for it, and it just came together from there, all after being terrified on the loch side.
Tell us, Ben, what appeals to you about working on this show then?
Well, yeah, I guess it always seemed like a long shot for someone like me to get involved in something like this, and just the fact that he wanted me to do it was curious to me. But I think once we started sort of talking about it, it became very quickly evident to me that all of the this is about people, and it's very character driven, and there's a lot of psychology and a lot of science, and there's a lot of places where all these things kind of intersect, and there's a lot of space in it in music, and I think the way that music can kind of affect the environment of Fortitude is we've seen, like, over 20-something hours of television now, like just the way that there's this remarkable dialogue that you can have with a show like this as a composer. There's room to make longer, to draw longer lines, and to make to set things up that maybe don't have a payoff, for 6 or 7 hours later, and you can't do that in any other format really. And that aside, they let me do whatever the fuck I wanted. That's.
And it proved so popular, I believe, that the soundtrack of the first series is now available on Spotify, isn't it?
I think that's happening imminently, I'm told.
What do you think, Simon, as a writer, that it adds to your words?
I'm a big fan of film music. I always pay a lot of attention to it. I think there are places in this show where Ben's found a score that just the moments become transcendent, as they do in really great film scores, and I love when that happens. And he naturally finds the places where I most wanted to come into play. We had a conversation, and this first conversation we had, which was by phone, we were all talking about the qualities of the Arctic and about wind whistling through rusty barbed wire, huge echoing landscape, and it all got a bit kind of arid and you know, sort of conceptual that way. And I said to Ben, but that's not the only thing that I want in it. We also want, you know, great big romantic, poetic moments. And the example I used was the opening theme, opening love music from Chinatown. And it was just a throwaway remark. And then the first time Ben sent in a bunch of music, buried in, or not buried, but quite obviously in the package quite early on, was this this take on the love theme through his, you know, his mind, and it was absolutely beautiful. And so we didn't just get the kind of arid electronic thing that I listened to in the Lost side. We got a great big range of emotional response from.
Sophie, can we talk a bit about your character? Where would you say she is? We can't give much away, but where is she at the beginning of the series? She's not in a great place, is she?
No. Well, very few of the characters, any of the characters are. Some are more hopeful, maybe, like James Blade's character. There is a drive. No, I think she is, no, I think she is traumatized, and I think she is, or maybe I'm just projecting my own life into her. I know, but she is.
What your encounter with the polar bear that time?
No, but she's a doer. Is that what you say? She's a solver. She's a woman of power and leadership, and obviously, when that's the worst thing for a person like that is that catastrophe happens, and she couldn't guard her town. I see her a little bit as the mother of Fortitude, and so there's this no, I think there's this loneliness as well, and I think there's so many lovely scenes that tell that, and it's lovely actually to have because it is a crime story, isn't it? It is, I mean, okay, murder happens, but it's not, I'm so used to stories that deal with that where they have a drive, that you have to, they're driven by, and I love the way that my character and a lot of the characters get these moments of just falling into voids, you know, the scene where the light goes and everyone is just, I think that's lovely, and I think it's very cinematic, and yeah, so what did you ask, my character?
Where is, without giving too much away, where is she going in her personal life? Maybe that will give everything away.
It's terribly hard talking about this because spoilers everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like Patrick.
Yeah.
Patrick's glaring at me.
No, I think in her personal life. Do you want to answer that? It's your fault, everything. She is lonely, I think, but also I think that she is, even though everything is, order is restored from the catastrophe, it somehow is. I mean, it's calm again, but still, and for speaking on her behalf, I mean, we're back to normal, but then again,
you can see it even in that episode.
Oh my God, I love this.
There's a history between Hilda and Michael Lennox.
Yes.
You know, when he says, Hilda, I've never asked you for anything before. You know, they've known each other for a long time. And you also can see that Eric and Hilda have come to a sort of reconciliation, but it doesn't feel particularly solid. So there's already pieces moving around in there. There's a history and there's fragmenting.
Yes, sorry, Ben.
If I could just add one thing that I've always found really interesting is the one conversation that we've had on a regular basis, you know, especially in regards to characters like Hilda and Eric, is, you know, like they're standing on top of a mountain outside of a helicopter, and you know, as a composer, there's a very, when you look at that sort of a scene on the surface, it's so odd as an audience, but to the characters in the scene, it's perfectly normal, and that's always been the thing that's really struck me about a lot of these situations is that, you know, Hilda is very much at home in these situations, and so there's always this trying to look at all these situations from their point of view and kind of to an extent ignore the environment and just focus purely on what the actual relationship is about. In that way, I think it's unique.
Absolutely. Sophie, do you think it's dramatically so interesting because only quite extreme people would choose to live there? I mean, it's an absolute choice to live there, isn't it? And it's a very, very hard life. Does that concatenation of characters mean that they're inevitably going to be falling into conflict?
Well, there is this sense of essence of drama in this whole setup of yours, that you have an isolated community with, I mean, it's like, what do you call it, when you put animals inside a little...
Pen?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. And you study them. I mean, it's, in that sense, it's the ultimate... and I guess for Britain after Brexit, it's really relevant. It's like you're really isolated.
When you mean when everyone hates you. Yeah.
No, just the isolation. No, obviously it is an interesting, because all good drama is really about...
It's about...
No, it is about people. I mean, no, about what happens between people, inside people and between people, and the way Simon, and we always want characters to suffer, because otherwise there's no...
Blame the Greeks, yes.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
But there's also a sense of we want to see how characters that we've engaged with react under pressure, and that also happens in Fortitude, doesn't it?
That's an understatement. Yes.
It's a pressure cooker environment, the town, the landscape, the situation.
Freezing pressure cooker.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that, I've always loved that. I always like writing dramas in pressure cookers. And, you know, everybody's stuck there, the cavalry aren't coming, they have to rely on themselves. It's kind of deliberate that there isn't a forensic scientist or pathologist walking into the crime scenes. It's just the 4 cops trying to deal with everything on their own. And that is, I think that intensifies all the characters and all their situations, and everybody's always having to deal with it. It's life and death all over the place, all the time. I mean, when we first went to Svalbard and visited the little town that Fortitude's kind of based on, various things that we heard. We heard there are 2,000 people live on this island and 3,000 polar bears. So you're outnumbered 3 to 2. Everybody, as soon as they leave the immediate limits of the town, they've got a hunting rifle, because there's a predator out there that eats people, which is really, really uncommon to find that in any community you set up. Some of it. And they don't allow people to stay when they get ill. They get taken to the mainland. You're not allowed to die and be buried in that town. You take the bodies taken to the mainland, because they won't put bodies in permafrost. You're not allowed to give birth there. Women who are in later stages of pregnancy have to go to the mainland too. There's no kind of long-term, ill care for elderly or anything like that. So it's a really, really highly defined place where there aren't any old sick people, there aren't any unemployed people, because you're not allowed to stay there if you haven't got a roof over your head and you can't look after yourself. There's absolutely no sort of benefit support or anything like that. So it's unlike anywhere else, and that's sort of the world that we're having fun in.
Zai, what do you think that the setting adds to this drama? Because, as you said, it is really unique, isn't it?
Well, that is a huge character in the drama. I think that you can just tell from the poster and the marketing that it is incredibly impactful, and it all adds to the sense of isolation and the ability for Simon to be able to put them in under this immense pressure and, as he says, play with them in his mind. Not a place you want to be, Simon's mind.
Or his plaything, obviously, yes. But you've got this wonderful ability to imagine new scenarios. Are you running dry, or are they constantly flooding into your head?
Well, the challenge of the second season was how do you return to a sort of nondescript small town on the edge of the world where something completely unprecedented and catastrophic has happened? How do you go back there and deliver anything like the same journey you did in the first season without it either becoming the unluckiest town on the history of the planet, where, you know, laser lava rabbits arrive and start killing people?
You're not supposed to give that stuff away.
So finding what was in that first season that has consequences into the second season was the big challenge. And also taking it somewhere that delivers the same kind of excitement and horror, and you know, because it's got elements that we want to keep alive. Some horrible, ghastly body horror that happens in this. You know, when Shirley Allardyce attacks her mum with a fork,
Yes.
which was originally in the script a spoon. The director said the spoon would bend.
There has to be a fork.
She uses a fork.
You tried it.
But let's talk a bit, Sophie, about the casting. I mean, incredible people that you brought in for the second series. What's it like working with Dennis, for instance?
Oh, he's amazing. I'm so sorry he's not here. You always say that, and people, I'm sure people think you're lying, because everything has always been lovely. But it was, and he is brilliant. And for me personally, he's such an inspiration, because I tend to be very uptight and controlled, and that's a problem I'm working with ongoing in my work, I mean.
Sure.
And Dennis just has this wonderful way of cheating himself to relax in front of the camera. And for me, that was just like a masterclass, really. Because I think a lot of actors, or people who have to perform any kind of performance, at least I feel that we have that, the moment that someone says go, or action, or whatever is your scariest word, everything kind of, you know, I feel like when they say, okay, let's turn the camera to Sophie, I feel it could have been a cannon. It's not nice, and I would just, he would just enter any scene like, and I actually think I figured him out. He would, at that moment when everyone lines up, getting ready for that moment, that's where the rest of us goes, and you know, get ready. He would do the opposite. He would sit and chat, or smoke an e-cigarette, or talk about something completely different until they said action, and he was there. So he would, it's very technical, but in no takes did he repeat himself. And to me, that's always been, I mean, I admire people who work like that. So he was new in every take, and he was so brave, I think, in the way he gives himself. Yeah,
Fantastic.
praise to Dennis. And also, I just have, when you talk about forks and spoons, I have to say, that's the thing that I, and probably being a Dane or a Scandinavian, really enjoy like a child about being in this project, because us Nordic people are very, we like the little story and the little expression, and we don't give too much away, and that makes us really good at details and, I don't know, credibility or whatever. But we would never dare, I mean, for me to be in a project where, I mean, wasps come out of people, and to me it's biblical. I think you're absolutely brilliant. I love it when you go that and yes, right. I love it also, it's hilarious when you go into the makeup room in the morning and you sit and ask the actors, what are you doing today? And, oh, I'm eating a baby today. I love it. No, I honestly mean huge praise for that. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, would anyone in the audience like to ask a question? Yes, I can see. Is that Tim? I can't really see. I think it is.
So the question for Sophie. I think in the trailer there we saw you engaging with a polar bear again. I think you were shooting one or had some kind of scene with a polar bear. If you did or if you didn't, do you have any scenes in this new series with with wild animals, and if so, what would they like to film?
You can do so.
Did I have any sex with animals?
No.
No, I wish.
Okay, can I ask you
But I had David's weight.
what was the most challenging scene you had to film this time around, and is there one that sticks in your mind as being especially challenging, difficult to do?
Was that for me? I didn't get it.
Yes, it was for you.
The most
challenging scene to film?
Oh, it's going to come later on. I can't say that. But there is amazing stuff, not only for my character, but for a lot of, I mean, I hope you will keep watching, because it really goes somewhere.
There's an A4 sheet of briefing before this that we read, and basically 2/3 of it said, don't say, can't say, don't reveal, don't mention.
It's one of my favourite emails ever.
You're still playing the governor, is that right? We can say that, yes.
They're all very happy on an island in the sun, and that's
Everything's fine now.
Yeah, it's a remake of Benidorm, isn't it? Yes. Anyone else? I really can't see, I'm sorry. Are there any other hands up? Oh, yes. Emma.
Thank you. Hi, it's Emma Cox. Sophie, I had a question for you as well. Your English is superb, but I seem to remember for the first series you said you were terrified of speaking in English for your first ever role. So I wondered firstly whether you've overcome those nerves this time round, and also whether you helped any of the other cast with their Scandinavian accents.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm not as nervous speaking English anymore. It's funny because in my mind I don't have an accent. I did a play at the National Theatre where I was supposed to be Scottish, and I said to the director, I can't speak Scottish, just speaking English is really a challenge. I said, just speak English. So I did the best English I could, and I thought, you know, this is brilliant. And then Ian McKellen came in one night and asked afterwards, how did she get that amazing Danish accent? I'm doing my best, but I realize I do obviously have probably a big fat Danish accent. But I didn't really, actually it takes place in Norway.
Somebody was supposed to do a Norwegian accent.
And I gave up. I gave up. I don't. But I remember I actually speak some Russian in this book. I didn't say that, right? So that was the first time. But that's also the lovely thing, that you have this community that is beyond culture, really. That's also interesting. That people come from anywhere in the world with, and it's also interesting what kind of people will come to this place if they're not born there, and apparently a lot of them are not. So
What kind of people do you think would choose to go there?
yeah, I don't know, I guess you have a really strong... Well, you can...
He's got his caravan with his
In a way we can ask you, Ben, because you're from Australia. And you chose
You live in
to live
Iceland.
in Iceland, and you love it, and you just told me half an hour ago, I've been there all winter, and your eyes was just, you were shining. Very isolated, cold place. Why did you do that?
It's my favourite European country. Yeah, I don't know. It's a nice place to be.
Is it something we've done wrong, or Denmark's done wrong? Yeah.
No, I think there's misanthropes everywhere.
Any other questions? I wanted to ask you, Zai, about the filming conditions. I understand that 2 days actually had to be cancelled because the conditions were so severe. I mean, how did the crew cope with that?
Luckily, I was not there, and had very little to do with helping them get through that. But no, the first season we had too little snow and bust it in. We were the world's biggest importer of fake snow, and we had the opposite for the second season. So, what can you do? I mean, you'll be a better able to answer the question about how you coped.
How was it dealing with that?
Spend more money.
It was lovely this time because actually the first time, obviously when we shoot in London or the interior, you really need your imagination to imagine that you're in this very isolated, cold place when you're in the middle of London. And it helps immensely to go to Iceland to get that feeling of. Also, I think for the actors, this is a true ensemble story. I feel very odd actually to sit here alone with so many actors in the room because it really is a group. You're part of the choir, and obviously when we went to Iceland to work, that really we're put in a hotel away from the crew, away from everyone else. They put all the actors in a hotel and no, but in a very, very isolated place where there's nothing to do really except getting very close to each other.
You know there are journalists in here.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that whole, I think, feeling of fortitude, of being depending on each other, being close in a very big space, we got, you know, as a present. And actually, it's also, I have to praise this new cast as well, because the first time around, it was such a lovely cast. And a lot of them died. Yes. But it was actually, you have this group dynamic thing that when we were about to start the second season, then the old ones, the old members, we kind of moved together and are a little bit hostile, or a little bit, who's coming now, you know, into our little group? Who's this Dennis Quaid? No, but honestly, it was just beautiful that all these new wonderful actors just, it felt so natural.